injuries from the game. Juwan Jennings had an ankle, he returned. Aaron Banks had a calf contusion, did not. That was it.
Jordan Mason ran with a ton of conviction against a really good defense. What was your thoughts of his performance?
I thought he runs like he always does. When you get him the ball, he breaks tackles, usually gets more than we block for. When we had the good lanes, he always hit them and got a bunch, but JP was awesome.
What happened with Christian?
Just the same stuff that was bothering him all week. There was a little too much today. Game time decision. He came in, just talking to him about it. It was still there. I thought it was going to be smart to keep him out, and glad we did.
Kyle, Jordan said that the game he was told on Friday night he was going to start. But when did Christian start feeling around?
I never told Jordan he was going to start. Told him he had to be ready a bunch, but I might have been Bobby or somebody trying to pump him up. But I knew he was going to have to play a lot. Told him that he was going to have to. It wasn't going to be like usual. It was going to be a number 2 back that was splitting a lot of the time. But now he didn't know for sure he was doing that today.
So did Christian have some sort of setback on Friday? Is that?
No, he didn't have a setback. I mean, it was on and off throughout the week. He was able to practice throughout the week. Just it was always bothering him to a degree. And, sometimes it goes away, sometimes it comes back, and today was bothering him a little too much to where we didn't feel good about it.
Is it one of those situations where if there's any?
It's going to linger over the next several weeks.
What's that?
Is there a concern that this is something that's going to linger over the next?
Always. I mean, it's been lingering the last few weeks, but it's getting better and better, and hopefully it'll be better next week.
Is it one of those situations where if there's any soreness pre-game, you'll err on the side of caution?
Not any soreness, but if there was too much soreness.
Did George's performance tonight kind of give you some reassurance that you can allow Christian to maybe feel more than?
Not really. I mean, we always think very highly of JP. When he's been in those situations, that's what he's always done, and you always want Christian out there. What he brings to the run game, also what he brings to the pass game. So it's huge to have Christian, but they're not expensive losing more games.
You guys might know what went on with his team this summer, the holdouts, and obviously shooting, and so much going on in the last few weeks. Did you ever worry about the focus of this team? Did you always understand this is what could be possible in the field?
Yeah, I'm with our team every day, so I know there's lots of news stories and stuff with holdouts and things like that, and when are people coming back. But our guys have been awesome in practice. They've been very focused. Anytime guys don't get a lot of practice in, I wish we could have more. So I wanted to mesh more with those guys who just got here this week. But being able to get 4 practices in with those guys, having the extra day, things like that was great for them. Still got a long way to go. Today by no means was perfect. There were some parts that were sloppy, but just overall, all 3 phases played really well together. Being able to score there at the end of the half, and with the field goal, run the clock out, score the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Our defense getting 2 turnovers, our kicker going 6 for 6. Being able to have 37 runs, I look at that as a complete team goal that we try to do. So I was real happy with just the team overall.
I'm sorry, just Trent and how you look to you.
They seem fine. I'm sure we'll see some things when we watch the tape. But nothing that cost us.
What do you think about the defense, particularly against the run? You guys had some changes over the offseason on that side of the ball, some injuries, obviously. It seemed like a strong first impression.
Yeah, I was really happy watching the from the sidelines. Thought they were running and hitting. That's the thing that jumps out the most. They got a few big plays on us on a couple drives that got them moving, but for the most part, I thought we were winning most of the downs, and gave up a couple big ones that we got to clean up, but I was real impressed with the defense.
Jordan got out.
Offensively, you guys started 3 and out, and then you scored, I think, on 8 straight possessions after that. Is that, I don't want to say, did you expect it to go that productive without Christian?
I just don't spill on myself.
It's a tough question.
You don't really have expectations like that. You just try to score every time you get the ball, and I don't expect to go 3 and out ever, but it still happens. So I didn't know that we did that until they just told me. It kind of made sense that I don't remember seeing Mitch very much, and so that did make sense. Not having Christian is huge, but we've got a team that really commits to running the ball. We got 10 guys out there who block for whoever the running back is, and we've got some running backs and some receivers who know how to lower their pads and run the ball too.
What do you see from Brock in his first full game without Christian?
He seemed very, very good. There was many plays that he left out there. That he made some big time plays. There towards the end, got a little conservative. Just felt that we had the game and wanted to focus on winning the we didn't have him do a lot there at the end, and he was very smart with the ball and made sure that there was no chance for them to get back in the game.
Jordan got a lot of snaps in the summer, a lot of first team snaps. Did he get better throughout the summer, and did your confidence in him grow throughout the summer?
No, I don't think so. I think Jordan's looked the same as he always has. You know, not just as a Christian, but we lost a number of backs. And coolest thing for JP that he was in such good shape going to camp that when a lot of guys go down and a guy's got to do a little bit more in practice, then the next thing you worry about is him going down. And if he wanted to come to camp in such good shape and so ready to go, it would have been hard for that not to wear him out. And it never phased him at all. I mean, every day in practice he was the same as he's been in the past, and carried it over to the games, and to me it looks like he always does.
Are you as comfortable as you've ever been going for field goals of 50 yards or longer?
Probably for the distance, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference with Jake. He does have a big leg, and I get a number and where we can attempt it from, and I don't really think much different of it, whether it's 50 or 47. I don't think it's too big of a difference for him.
Kyle, pretty much a turnover to start each half. How does that energize the entire team?
It's huge. Anytime you get a turnover, it fires everyone up. I wish we could have scored touchdowns off of both of them, but to still get points, it was one of the reasons we got the 2-score lead and never give it back.
What'd you think of Sorensen's game call? It was his first time as a defensive coordinator. What'd you think of some of the dialogue there?
I thought it was great. You know, I've been on that side of the headsets throughout the preseason. I'm a lot during the games and just listen to the communication with those guys. Nick's done a great job. With all the position coaches and everyone there, they got a real understanding of what we're trying to do, and they communicate well. And I've been very happy with that side of the ball.
Bobby Turner said, looking at Jordan's rookie year, that he needed to grow up. And maybe Bobby Turner says that about every running back. But, I mean, in what ways has Jordan kind of matured, not just, as a player, but off the field?
I mean, Jordan's always had a ton of confidence since the first day he got here. And I think the most part is getting used to Bobby coaching him. Realizing that he's not always angry, he just kind of stays that way, and kind of learn to appreciate it. And I think Jordan's really pushed himself each year of just the way he's worked off the field, being more conditioned. He's never been badly conditioned, but he's, we got some guys in our building like Christian, guys like Fred, Juice, George, guys who are very obsessive with how they work out, how they condition themselves, how they eat, how they sleep, and I think that stuff's really rubbed off on JP over the years.
There's a report that you guys were ready to trade Ayuk before it all came together. That even he had a meeting with you, and then you had to try to run up the stairs and try to make sure he wasn't traded. Is that all true?
I mean, most of it, yeah.
So you were ready, the coach Kyle Shanahan was ready to trade him.
That sounded a lot more aggressive.
I didn't want to make did you have to break up a trade, or did you?
No, it was that I wanted to make sure he wasn't traded already. But no, it's how I kind of reported to you guys throughout the whole time. You guys would ask me stuff about it, and I say anything could happen. There were reports that we almost traded with some teams, and then we didn't, and some were true, some weren't. But all options were open. And it was a tough thing to kind of get to the final spot of it on both sides. And when it was all said and done, I'm glad that we had the patience. I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, because I love having VA here.
Kyle, with the next 2 games on artificial surfaces, will that play a factor into what you do with Christian, particularly last time you played on artificial surface?
Not totally yet. I don't think that was because of Dre. I mean, the game had to do more with the practice week. But you can make the stuff with turf and everything. I'll ask the player how he's feeling. If they feel good and they're ready to go, they're ready to go. If they say, I feel good on grass but not on turf, that's usually the way of saying that you don't really feel that good. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow, we'll see how he feels the next day, and we'll see how he feels on Sunday.
Kyle, there's a report that Christian probably wouldn't play against Minnesota just because it's a short weekend on turf. You're saying it's inaccurate report.
I'm saying that's amazing. That person must be God, because we just found out he wasn't playing today, and I have no idea how he's going to feel tomorrow or the next day. I thought he was playing this whole week until today, so I don't know, who knows that he's going to play next week.
How do you trade him? What you expected of him to
thought they did a good job. I'm glad they got through it healthy. You know, it was always easier to rotate skill guys. I've never been in that position with a tackle before, so I didn't totally have an idea of how to handle it. You know, it felt real weird rotating a tackle throughout the game, and it felt even weirder Trent standing next to us with the offense out there. And I think he managed most of the game. He went in for an ID, I believe, sometime in the second half, and missed a couple plays, but not too much. I thought it worked out real well for the first time back.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Good.
Bob.
All right.